everybody, welcome to Havoc TV. I'm Mikaylin Rhode, aka The Rambler, aka Mickey, and this is a very different feature actually.
Sorry, my bad, I need to back to say.
He's so quick to introduce himself.
Can you do it, man? You do it. One more time.
Hi everybody, welcome to Havoc TV. I'm Mikaylin Rhode, aka The Rambler, aka Mickey, and today we have a very different car, something that I actually haven't driven it before, but it's a car that a lot of people like. It's actually a Honda S2000, obviously with a power plant, the F20C. So welcome Yusuf.
Hi guys.
So we were busy chatting. So while we're busy driving, we're actually busy driving in traffic a bit now. We are going to get onto a bit of an open road very soon. But I think while we're just in the traffic, let's just get sort of around the technical stuff first. And then obviously we want everybody to hear the car, see the car. And then I think we are planning on going through a couple of bends as well to kind of see how the car handles. So Yusuf, we were talking about the car. I asked you about the diff earlier on.
Oh yes, yes.
So you were talking about just how the car is set up, so maybe we can just talk about sort of how things are set up in this car.
Okay, a lot of people do not know that this car is actually a mid-engine, front-engine car.
Yes.
Where the motor is actually behind the front axle.
Yes.
So it's basically where your pedals are. So
that's correct, yeah.
It helps with 50-50 weight distribution.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of people think it's just a front-engine car, but they don't actually realize where the engine's sitting. So they will see in the B-roll earlier on, they would have seen that obviously the engine bay, in the engine bay you will see that the engine sits very, very far back. So you'll see there's a whole lot of space in front and then there's an engine. It almost looks like the engine's too small for the car. That's almost how it looks. But I think the reason for that, like you're saying, the purpose of that was to
keep the 50-50.
To keep that, that's correct, to keep that engine as a sort of a mid-engine vehicle, and to sort of help with weight distribution, which obviously helps with cornering. It helps with so many other things. It helps with the car. Actually, the car feels a lot more balanced with the engine like that as well. So it definitely helps with a lot of that. And you can feel that this car, guys, this car is a JDM type of car. I mean, you can hear it's flipping loud.
Want to give a little bit of pull here up the highway? I'm not going to go all up because there's traffic.
So you can hear, I mean, it's got the noises, the symphony, it just sounds amazing. Just you can hear it is just that JDM F20C screaming Vtec sound. I mean, we're gonna go into Vtec and you'll hear how this thing screams. And obviously and I know a lot of you know that these engines, the F20C revs very, very high.
9,000 RPM.
That's correct, to 9,000 RPM. And you have to rev it. I mean, these cars, in order to make that power and to make this car perform, you have to rev it. You can't be revving it low. It's not going to make the power at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it is one of those cars that screams, that just sounds amazing when you're on the outside.
Chase the red line.
That's correct. You have to.
And the nice thing is the power is very accessible.
Yes.
Considering it's about brand new, 184 kilowatts.
Yes.
Up there. And the nice thing with these motors, per liter, it makes about 92.3 liters per liter,
Okay.
about there. And I think the nice thing with this car is that the driver involvement is
Yes,
crispy.
exactly. Because I mean, I felt the gears and stuff. The way the gears go in,
Very
the
nice.
way they feel, like it doesn't feel like a normal road car. It feels very racy.
Well thought after.
That's
basically.
correct.
Like it has this kind of gated feeling that you
So,
get
yeah.
like in certain vehicles, like
There's a-
certain race car.
Yeah, there's
Speeding
there's
camera guys.
Nah, speeding camera as usual. Cape Town's thing. Yeah, but you weren't going fast. I mean, you were going
No.
under the speed, so it's
Under
fine.
speed limit.
Yeah. So yeah, as you were saying,
Yes, the gearbox.
yes,
That's one of the best that you can get for the money, and actually one of the best that you can get in any vehicle.
yes.
I mean, the only car with a similar throw feel is you're gonna end up paying like 2.9 million for a
Yeah.
second-hand GT3.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, those cars are mostly unattainable to the masses.
Yes,
So when it comes down to perfect price point, proper motor, everything, good balance, S2000 is still the car to go for.
yes. Look, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not a big Honda fan, but I'm a big S2000 fan. Actually, it's been a car. It was one of the cars when I was looking for it, like between my 1.6 that I had and the current car I have now.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, my hay fever is killing me, guys. I don't know how you're feeling over there, but geez, today it's like the pollen is just all over the place. So I was
trying to do this 1 second.
yeah. Let's just do a little pull under the bridge
This
quickly,
is
guys,
a
before I
sound
continue.
test under bridge.
Yeah.
That's not up to the rev limit yet, but
Yeah, that's not there yet, but it sounds great.
people in the back weren't happy.
So yeah, guys. So as I'm saying now, I was actually between my 1.6 and my current car that I have. I was looking at an NA car, and then I drove a Type R, FN2. It was fun, but it just didn't. For me, the car just didn't give me the feeling I expected it to give.
Yeah.
But then for me, the guys that spoke to me and told me about these cars, I mean, I never drove a S2000 before. I haven't actually driven in one either. But for me, it was the look of this car.
Yes, very appealing look.
Yeah, definitely. It's got an amazing look. I like that short back, long nose kind of a thing. But everything about this car, it's center of gravity. It's low to the ground. It's got good control in the corners. It handles pretty well. It's rear wheel drive.
Yes, it's a rear wheel drive.
That makes it fun.
Very fun. I
Like
mean, these cars, if you put a bit more power to the car becomes very twitchy
Yes.
and very unpredictable.
Okay.
So that's why they keep the power low, especially now. The wheelbase is not that long,
Yes.
so you get that quick turn-ins, you get that proper rotation, especially when the motor's where it is situated. So basically, the car is a proper driver's car,
Yes.
and yeah, there's no more to say.
Yeah, exactly. No, it definitely is. I mean, I'm not driving it, but I can feel from the position that I'm sitting in right now. It's a nice place to be in.
Driving oriented.
It is. You can see even the way this car is set up inside, the interior of this vehicle. Everything is kind of driver-centered, and it's very tight in here though. So
Very
it
tight
isn't a
cabin.
vehicle. Yeah, it isn't a vehicle that you would be. For me personally, I wouldn't drive it every day. That's just my take
Oh
on it.
no, you
Whereas
cannot drive a car like I said.
Yeah,
this
that's-
is your weekend special.
Exactly. So it's something that I've got to step into it and sit inside and enjoy it for the weekend.
Yes.
But I can't get into a car like this and enjoy it all day, every day.
This
because-
practicality is there, but
Yes.
the boot space is not something you can live with every day.
It's not. And to me, it's also, especially the comforts of this car. And I'm not criticizing the car. I'm just telling you guys exactly what it feels like
It's
when
not
me sitting
criticism,
inside.
it's just yeah, it's
So it's a hard car. It is. It's hard driving. It's very hard, very tight. But again, like I said to you guys, it is a driver's car. It's a race car feel to it. It really makes you feel like a speed racer. I think that's the main thing. And I think that's exactly what this car feels like. For me, that's what it's feeling right now. But yeah, so maybe when we get we're gonna get a chance, guys, to open up a little bit. We're gonna get onto a nice road where we can. I'm actually gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna stop rambling on. You know, that's why I got the name the Rambler.
the Rambler.
And yeah, it was actually given to me by my coach.
No, but you pleasure to listen to. You can keep going.
Yeah, so some people were sitting there going, it's this guy's voice again. But yeah, so
Haters.
yeah,
Haters.
But yeah, sit in traffic with this car, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to sit in traffic.
From experience, traffic is the worst because the height of the car. Look, the car has a proper coilover kit.
Okay.
Yeah, racing yellow steel. Now the front is a 16mm drop and the back is a 14.
Okay. So it gives you that nice rake on the stance, yeah.
Visibility with cars around us, especially with the whole compact SUV segment that is kind of popular in Cape Town.
Yes.
Or Cape Boy, South Africa in general. People kind of lose you in traffic in the sense that they can't see you.
Okay.
So small knocks and that happen quite often.
Okay.
And yeah, no, look, traffic for this car is not the best.
Yes.
The point of this car is to be enjoyed on a side road, a long road. Because I mean, look, the car only weighs like 1.2 tons.
Yeah, which is
around
nothing.
there.
Which
And
is
I mean, the
actually really
motor power to weight ratio, it's
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes. But I mean, 1.2 is not heavy, eh?
It's
It's decently light. It's actually not bad at all.
today's standards, it's very light
Yes.
because of now all the safety regulations that have
That's
been put out. Look, MX-5 has, I don't know what wizardry they happen to do with the ND Miata, where
Yes.
the car weighs like 1080, just about there.
Yeah, it's about there,
In
yeah.
the 2-liter variation.
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible.
Yes. I think
And to have all
power
that
to weight-
safety standards being
Yes.
kept and NCAPs, I think it's NCAP standards.
Yes.
Like to
It is.
keep that going, that's proper wizardry.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know how they got that right, but they got it right.
I
So
mean,
kudos to them.
kudos, yes. But also for me, which I still appreciate about the older Japanese vehicles, the motors never done. And a lot of the internals are proper internals
Yes.
where they use like really good materials.
Yes.
And that's what I always say if you buy a Honda. I'm not saying because I love Honda,
Yes.
but just in general they have had a really good record of being very reliable.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to look down the roof and just
Yeah, if
No.
there's not much wind on this side, eh? So I think we can actually drop the roof down and actually give them some. Maybe they can get some sound experience of what its car actually
Yeah.
sounds like with the roof down. So we're gonna get some wind in our ear now.
I just want to get this so the wind doesn't buffer into the
Yeah, that's
chassis.
cool. I think this is the nice part about this car, man. Like you're still getting like this roadster kind of feel to it,
Mhm.
with this top down, and so it's almost like a boy racer thing, but also I can't explain exactly what this feels like. But
Well,
I
I
mean,
can tell you what it feels like. It feels like what a proper car should feel like.
true though, eh? And surprising enough, eh? Oh, when that Vtec comes in, guys, oh, sounds amazing.
If that was a Cayman GT4, we'd have been doing 140 Ks per skid.
True, no? Yeah, so
Nah.
that was nice.
When it comes down to chasing the red line, and with power to weight ratio,
Yes,
it's so accessible, and
Yeah.
you can basically enjoy the car.
yes,
Anything above this power level,
yes.
you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Personally, I've driven cars faster than this,
yeah,
and the time you get there, you're already hitting the
yes,
limiter.
yes. Yeah, I think this car just like, I think for some reason this car puts the power down nicely though.
Efficiently.
Yeah, it does, because it's, I mean, you put foot down like flat, and it was just, to me it just felt well balanced, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that was me now and I put foot down now, we would have had the dashboard going and the whole car would have been spinning and we would have been hitting the limiter, and it's so like,
And
it's
popping.
fine, it's nice to have all that power though, but it just feels like this car just puts the power down correctly,
Because
like
this
in the
car-
right way.
Look, where they kind of balance the vehicle. I'm now going back to the 50-50 balance.
Yes,
If you notice the size of the tires of the car
yes,
and the weight of the car, the actual, how can I say, there's no interference with like majority of the newer cars where there's
Yes.
excess weight. Either it's top heavy
yes,
or maybe it's afterthought. Like
Yes.
majority of the cars nowadays where, like, what's a good example? I don't hate Mercedes, I love Mercedes
yes,
and BMW, where they won't build a car around a motor.
yeah.
They'll make a pre-made chassis,
That's
for
great.
instance. So then they put all these new type of suspension bits, stronger motor, whatever, and that adds on weight. It kills
Yes.
the drive of the
Yes.
car, the feel. And when it comes to Honda in general, I don't know if you guys know this, but people would say yes, like the Civic, you get a cheap Civic, you get a how can I say, you get the basic Civic and you
Yeah.
get the Type R. Now in the Type R's, Type R's instance now, they actually built a touring car from a big 2-liter motor. So any motor goes in there like a 1.5.
Yes.
You're still going to get an enthusiastic drive.
Okay.
Because the car was based on a 2-liter power plant.
Yes.
So
yes.
anything below that, the car's well thought after.
Yes.
Now majority of the MQB platforms in the Volkswagens,
yes,
they don't adapt that idea of putting a 2-liter turbo or a V6, like back when they used to do V6s
yes.
before they got in trouble.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they cramp in a lot of things. It takes away from the driving sensation. I mean, look, I would love to drive a brand new MX-5. It's as quick as this car.
Yes.
Maybe quicker in a shorter distance, but not after 120.
Yes.
120, this
yeah, the F20C goes. It does.
It goes.
It does. A lot of people say that though, eh?
Yeah.
And I think, like you're saying now, and I'm actually just sitting here thinking, this has obviously got no roof. Now, for a car to weigh 1.2, they have obviously reinforced the bottom.
Yes.
So a lot of people obviously know this, that
Expo chassis.
yeah. So what they do is they strengthen the bottom because they have to, because there's no roof anymore.
No roof.
So that means that actually this car, if it didn't have a drop top, it would have actually been even lighter.
Much lighter.
Yeah, it would have actually been a lighter car. Would it have been better if it was lighter though, is the question. I don't know.
Look,
I can't really answer that question.
that is a question everybody loves to bring up, where they're always begged on Honda to be like, how can I say, like an in-coupe version,
Yes.
where they have a proper hardtop. Would have been nice. A car would have been easy, like you said, 50 kilos less, because the structural integrity of the car would have been better.
That's
It would
good.
have used less metals. There was an argument, but
But is it
hasn't
gonna
happened. It
but
will
the
never
question
happen.
is, if you had a roof on this car permanently, would it have been the same car? No. In terms of the enjoyment, no. That's my take on it.
Yes.
I
Look,
think the enjoyment of this car is the fact that if it's a hot day, I can drop the top down. I still have this 2-liter motor. I still have this fun car, and I can drop the top. Look how cool I am. You know, type of thing. And I think the young people like that as well.
and you don't have a car with the roof up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have us always with the roof
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And one more bit with the chassis. Reason being, like, why the car is as stable as it is. Majority of the actual material, like inside the chassis, is based in the middle of the car. So
Okay.
it's not too rigid, in a sense that half of the chassis is built as an extra. Like the middle of the chassis is the main piece,
Okay.
and anywhere front where the engine bay is, it's an attachment.
Okay.
So what it does is it allows the car to be a bit more loose.
Yes.
So it doesn't affect the rigidity over a
Yes.
long time. You know, like people have to now check up on their cars regularly.
That's it.
So what it does is it balances in the middle of your car, and the back is basically, how can I say, it's completely separate, the front and the back, into the middle of the car.
Okay.
So it's not as rigid, as hard as you think it is.
Yes.
It's just because of the seating and the middle part, it gives you that feeling. It's
Yes.
very communicative.
Yes.
Like in every car, anyone can tell you, your butt tells you everything that's going on in the
Yeah.
road. Everything.
Yeah.
Your hands, your feet, the vibrations you get. That is what makes this car a proper driver's car.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to like the actual things that we did to the car, basic coilovers, you don't need to go extravagant, like go all out on these vehicles. Obviously Cayenne exhaust, we got a full, here's the specs, 1 second.
Okay, so you got everything written down. See,
Yes.
this guy comes prepared, guys.
Prepared.
Check the prepared.
Okay, it's got yellow racing coilovers,
Okay.
50 mm in the front, 40 mm at the back, and the exhaust was done at Power Flow,
Okay.
Saltiver. It's got a, where is it now? 63 mm front,
Okay.
back sleeve, back box, 100 mm,
Okay.
and yeah, reflow basically.
And the car, and I see the car. So the car makes 184 kilowatts
Original,
currently.
yes.
Originally.
Originally,
Okay.
obviously the car is now a 10-year-old car, over 10 years old actually. The car is a
Okay.
2006 model,
Okay.
and it maybe lost about, to be fair, maybe like less than 10% of that actual
Yeah, which
power.
happens over time.
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Yeah, so it's got ATE pads, vented, etc. It's got the
ATE
normal-
ventilated pads.
Yeah.
It helps the car much
Yeah.
better than the actual brakes,
Okay.
and it lasts longer.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do, guys, I think what we need to do is I'm gonna keep quiet for a bit. I think let's go for a drive and let's hear exactly. Let's actually let the car speak a little bit to us. I think a lot of you want to hear what this car sounds like.
Which we can go, because there's a lot of
cars going up. I think there's less cars actually going down. So I think we actually will have space going down, and we can actually go back to where we need to go to.
Correctly.
So yeah, so I'm gonna keep quiet, guys, and you can enjoy the sound of the car.
No get matching.
Yeah.
No get matching.
Oh, that sound, man.
You just want to chase again.
That sound. Oh, it's loud, guys. It's loud.
D-cat.
Go. You got to enjoy this car, man. Like, you have to. You can't tell me if you don't enjoy this. If somebody tells me they don't enjoy a S2000,
They're lying.
they are talking nonsense. Because I can promise you guys, geez, this is tons of fun. Tons of fun.
This is where the car needs to be. Back roads.
Yeah. And this is where you're gonna enjoy the car the most, though.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're making my heart sore here, dude. I feel like buying me one now.
Look, I actually do this route a lot in the long term. Polo GTI.
Yeah. It's nothing compared to this.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean, I've driven. I was probably gonna have to drive like more focused cars like Ferrari.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a way different car. It's like
Yes.
a 4 million rand car plus.
Yes.
And if it's long-term ownership, that headache you're gonna get in a Ferrari, you won't get in this car.
Yes.
Reliability, performance, but basically, how can I put it this way? Accessible performance
Yes.
all the time. You can chase a red line and you know you're under the speed limit.
Yeah, definitely.
But when it comes down to all the cars I've driven, I'm not being biased, this is the most enjoyable car I've ever driven.
No, definitely. I would say the same. I mean, so far the cars that I've driven in, I think this is the most fun for me, sitting passenger. I think this is the most fun I've had actually in a car so far. I mean, I'm not being biased because I'm sitting here with you, and like I said, I've never been on the S2000 before. So for me, this is like a new experience, and I think it's good that it's a new experience because it's kind of I've climbed into this car with a kind of an open mind. Because I'm not comparing it to anything else. I'm actually just sitting in this car and enjoying the car, enjoying the experience. And I think, yeah, this car is, like I said to you, I think you're making me want one now.
Oh,
It's bad, eh?
the
that's
one for
bad.
these cars,
That's
because
bad.
of the new laws with NA cars being taken out.
Yeah.
These are sought after cars nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of cars, like this isn't probably the best example of the S2000. This is just a really well sorted after type of S2000 where it still has that feeling of being a standard car, not these over the top body kits,
Yes.
turbo kits and things like that. Like look, everyone has their own little project car. And the thing is, once you start a project car, you never stop.
Yes.
You'll never be satisfied.
Yes.
So if you have that mindset like, look, I'll put a nice set of coilovers, good exhaust sound, keep it closest to stock as you can, but with your own touch to it,
Yes.
you never go wrong. Because I've seen some people go wide body kits, 2 years later they're unhappy, they put bags in their vehicles because they're having stars. Wanna give it a gas here. And the nice thing is you can do that over and over. All you do
And
is
it never
stick the
gets
oil in the
old, man.
water. Yeah.
But like it never gets
You
old.
never get
Like
old.
you can gear down and then you're like, I'm putting down now, and it's like, oh that sound, and then you do it again, and you're like, oh, that sound. It's like every single time.
Every time.
It's like, oh,
can't get bored of it.
No, you can't. You can't. It doesn't get old, bro. It's like, oh.
That's a Vtec effect.
Yeah, man. It's like, and the thing is though, guys, you can't actually feel the Vtec like, you know, some cars you kind of feel that
Switch.
Vtec come in, but it almost doesn't do that. It's almost like it goes into Vtec so smoothly, so it doesn't give you that effect of, okay, now in Vtec. It's just
It's a rear wheel drive, so you're not.
Yes.
It's not pulling you.
Yes.
And the nice thing with this motor, it's practically a race car motor.
Yes.
So
it's correct.
especially with the inline motor, when you rev out the inline motor, it's smoother than a V. So they kind of thought, they put a lot of thought into this car.
Yes.
So everything that you do in this car is driver orientated. I mean, look, it's a good feeling. Like I use a daily front wheel drive car to go into a rear wheel drive car. It's like,
I'm not gonna lie, once we get moving and driving on the okay roads, like now, it's actually not that bad. It's not that hard.
it's not at all.
I think it was just that main road that we were in that just was a very bad road.
Yeah.
So
no,
you kind of feel all the hard, like
the bumps and
the
stuff.
bumps that's bad, you actually feel it quite hard in this car. But again, like you're saying, we're technically sitting almost on the back wheels.
We're sitting on the back wheels, our feet is next to the motor, and
Yeah.
our butts are this close to the ground.
That's correct. So we kind of, that's why every little bump you kind of like, doof, okay, yo, that's a bit hard, you know? But I think once you're moving like on the freeway and stuff, it doesn't feel bad at all actually.
Not at all. Look, I like how this car can switch to a GT car, to like a proper boy races
Yes.
roadster.
Good comment. I think that's basically, that sums up this whole car.
Summed up the whole car.
If ever you're looking for a car on your bucket list, or if ever you have that spare cash and you're saying, listen, I want something really fun, rear wheel drive, which means I can still do donuts like for some reason everybody in Cape Town is doing nowadays.
Yeah.
But I can still have fun with the car. I can still drive it. It's still reliable. It still does all the things that I needed to do. I can drop the top down. I can enjoy it on a nice hot sunny day. Take it around the coast. Then this is the car.
Never get old.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I think this is definitely a car for if you're a real car enthusiast. I would say buy one of these. Definitely, I would buy one of these.
Wow.
Thanks very much, guys, for watching this episode. Once again, we're trying this new format. A lot of people have actually been giving us positive feedback, so I think we definitely found something that everybody likes. Thanks for watching this very different episode, because it is a car that is very, very different to the rest of the cars that we've actually put out there. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget, at the bottom there is a comment section. Please put your comments in there. We are looking at your comments and we are taking your feedback, and we are trying to improve as much as we can. Also, thanks very much for your support. Those that have been watching, thanks so much. Don't forget, you can pop around at 10A Durham Avenue. We are next to Powerflow. The entrance is just in the road where Powerflow is. Also, don't forget, pop around. We have a car wash, diamond detailing, and we also have a coffee shop, Cafe Primo. Come around, have some coffee, have your car washed, and have a chat with the rest of us. This is Havoc TV, completely disruptive.